welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be getting here started in a second. We're just letting all the YouTube alerts go out, and yeah, give people a chance to join. We got about 7 of y'all out there hanging out, and we'll be starting here in a second. That's interesting. Well, thank you, YouTube. After you close a window, your chat stops working. I'm fixing that right now, and we'll go ahead and get started after that. Copy, paste, yay. We got John starting it off. No movie trivia for the preview. I am going to definitely work on that. That's going to be fun. We got Wayne attendance from Wasu's Lake. That's awesome. Thanks for joining. Mike, N8YO, and Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so I'm going to drop my volume there. And you know what that means. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Frank, KG5AHJ, and as my Windows mic keeps dropping, I just want to say thanks for swinging by. We're going to have some fun today. We're just going to be hanging out, talking to y'all, so we're going to be watching the chat. So if you have any questions about Tank Radio, let them fly. But as usual, let's go ahead and, do you know what that means? Play that awesome intro video! See, I'm just getting louder as Windows drops my mic. That's how I'm doing it now. Quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio! Before we get started on the up-and-coming video, I just wanted to take a second out to point out my new tank pad. These tank pads are being sold over at Corky QRP, and it has my logo too, along with all the HF bands that you commonly use when you're out doing a POTA. So this thing is awesome when you're out in a POTA. It's the perfect size for a mouse pad. Perfectly fits inside your backpacks, and I love it, I love it, I love it. I can't recommend this is enough. And to get yours today, head over to Corky QRP's Etsy shop and order now. Links in the description below, and it might be popping up right here. Who knows? Now on to Tank Radio. There he goes. Just remember, I don't know when that cuts off. I completely forgot. Thanks for joining, y'all. It is awesome to see you in there. I saw Adam in the chat. Man, it's been a long time. My SAR brother, how have you been? You know what? If you want to come on, hit me up in Discord. We'll get you on camera. Thank y'all for swinging by. We gonna hang out and have some fun today. Let me go ahead and do the pre-show rundown. First, Patreon and YouTube memberships are active, so go ahead and if you, like me, Tank Radio, go ahead and subscribe to Patreon YouTube memberships and help support me, the channel, and I really do need that support and do thank every one of y'all who do support me over on Tank Radio. Plus, it is close to the end of the month. This is the 4th Sunday, and on every 4th Sunday, we have the Tank Commander meeting. That is the meeting for the top level supporters in both YouTube and Patreon. We all come on, we get together, we hang out for an hour. We did that, and Don, M5SKT was there. We had Michael, he was there, and Steve, one of my first Tank Commander levels, Steve showed up, AFL Steve, so that was awesome. We had some fun. Then pre-order on the mugs ended Monday, but Jason hasn't taken down the page yet. I'm already in chats on with the maker to go ahead and get those running, and I think we should be okay. If you want to order your mug now, you can go ahead and do that. But after tonight, no more. No more, because I'm going to get the ball rolling on this. I want to get these mugs out because they're awesome, and I can't wait for you to have them. Let me bump it up a little bit for y'all. Then, Buy Me in the Beer super chats are active, so if you want to go ahead and support me that way, that would be amazing. Stickers, Take Radio stickers. You know, I should do a sticker card that has all my stickers. My sticker pack has the Take Radio sticker I do give out at the Handfest, plus 3 others that aren't available anywhere other than the sticker pack. So if you want that sticker pack, go ahead and head over to Grapevine Amateur Radio and buy the Tank Radio sticker pack. And tank pads, as you saw in the preview before, are awesome pads that has US band plans. Those are over at Corky QRP. And then over at Gigaparts, I have 5% off if you use Tank at checkout. Tank at checkout gets 5% off. Finally, the Tank Radio Audio Podcast. The Tank Radio Audio Podcast is available in any podcaster app out there. You have to just search for Tank Radio, and it's there. It's a podcast that is released every week. So every week there's something there, and there's 2 podcasts that aren't available on YouTube. You don't have to be a Patreon or anything. Just go over there, type Tank Radio, and you'll find it there. Woo! That was a lot. All right, I am going to go ahead and find the right Zoom thing here. And of course, I get a call right now. Scott, man, I'm going to bring you on. How you doing?
Hey, doing great, man. How are you doing?
Doing all right. There we go.
I'm
Man.
having a little discomfort tonight on my right side.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Well, it's my own fault.
What'd you do?
I typically on a day, I play about 109 holes of golf. So that's 6 18-hole rounds. And you figure you swing the club 3 to 4 times per hole, times 18, times 109, blah, blah, blah. It's about 300, almost 350 times I'm swinging a club. Mm-hmm. Well, one of those swings, I pulled something and my rib hurts like hell.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. Just got to calm down for a little while and just not play for a little bit, which is really tough.
Well, while you're resting and recovering, man, it'd be probably a good time to, look over some manuals and things for putting up some antennas or getting out to the park and relaxing by playing some radio.
Yeah, probably so. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of waiting for the weather to kind of calm down a little bit. I know we got this massive cold front coming through on Wednesday, which is going to drop it down to like 80. Mm-hmm. Those of you that are laughing out there, when it's been 105 heat index, 80 is like a cold front. Mm-hmm. So
I'm going to try to pull up a picture. November 1, Juliet's Uniform Romeo Amateur Radio says, I'd never wear the t-shirt he sent me. I wear it on a Hamfest occasionally. But I usually wear an overshirt over it, so you don't really see the logo. But he was the one, if I could find this picture, and I made what he made me a sticker for everyone, and I wanted to show it because it's so cool. Did I put it in logos? No, it's not in logos. Pictures, promos, merch, sticker pack. I am so organized. Doesn't it sound like it? Here we go. All right, so bam. I'm just going to slam this to a window and share my right screen. Here we go. Righty. Bam. He made me this Never Say Never sticker that is on the back of the t-shirt, and I do love that so much. And I loved it so much I made it a sticker with his permission. I don't know if I sent you that sticker. Let me know. If I haven't, I'm going to go ahead and send you a sticker pack. And because I love that sticker. There's of course the new logos. The new tank logo with the tank head on, which is pretty awesome. And the TR Ranch logo. I do like it. Uh, then also prep prep ham blah 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 blah. I haven't even started drinking yet. I'm tongue tied already. Prep Ham Paul gifted 5 memberships to the guys in the chat today. So thank y'all
Very
very
cool.
much. That is awesome. I appreciate that. Ham Radio Tectonics got it. November 1, Juliet Uniform Romeo got it. Ben, Kevin, another Paul. That is awesome. Thank y'all. If you want access to the super secret, and I call it encrypted, but it's a hidden channel in Discord, go ahead and hit me up on Discord, and I will. I'll swap you a sticker pack. Yeah.
You mentioned drinking. I was going to enjoy a nice adult libation,
Yes.
and
Let's do that.
I grabbed my bottle, but my glass that's usually up here on my desk is missing, and I don't know where it went. But a fan of the show got me one of my favorite. If I have to drink scotch, this is one of my favorite scotches.
Hold on. Let me put you up big time. There we go. Oh wait, you're not even. I don't know why you're not there. There,
I'm
pinned.
in the ether. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, Balvenie 12-year Doublewood is one of my favorite scotches of all
Oh
time.
wow.
And yeah, somebody showed up. I don't know how the hell they knew that I liked this, but or maybe they guessed and hit the mark the right way. But yeah, pretty happy about that.
That's awesome, man.
And
I
enjoying it thoroughly.
I am drinking the whiskey it was giving me at Huntsville, the Canadian Club. That is
Okay.
the one open right now, and I don't open more than one because they will go bad. And I have kind of slowed my pace down in drinking. I do drink on streams, but I try not to drink more than 4
Not
fingers a
like
night.
before.
Yeah,
Not like Joe
before.
Brett where you're falling asleep on air.
Well, I haven't fallen asleep yet, but I have been known to polish off a bottle or a half a bottle on
That
those
just makes you
video
happy,
streams.
Frank.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, let's do the sticker swap. I will definitely mail that to you here soon. I did see an interesting question. Someone was talking about QSO cards. Are all those QSO cards you received? Oh, yes. Let me blow this up here. Behind me, yoink, on the board right there. Yes, those are all QSO cards I have received. I love QSO cards. I'm not like Mike. If we make a contact, please send me a QSO card and I will respond in 4 months later.
Hmm.
I have a stack to go through. So that I was forcing myself to fill out QSO cards by doing questions for Tank Radio, and as I filled out QSO cards, I thought that was a great activity to do along with answering questions because just sitting here talking to the mic is kind of fun, and I do like it. But if I'm just doing this by myself and rabbling just to a mic and there's no one out there, I was just filling out the cards was a secondary task that an ADD person like myself can do. So my questions actually kind of dried up, and that's why I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, I just bumped up the audio, Bill. Windows keeps muting me, and can't do anything about it. Let me turn it to 80, and then I bump up OBS. Let's see if that will make it happy.
There you go.
John Squirrel, no bourbon. Yeah.
A couple years ago, I went into Photoshop and I custom designed some really nice QSO cards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I sent them off to my printer. I had like 500 of them made. They're full color, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a whole little box I keep on the side of my desk over here. I keep a box of all the cards that people have sent me over the time. It's usually from like POTA and stuff like that. And I keep a pack of stamps right by the desk here. And if I get one, I start filling it out and I try to get back and remember what the hell happened during the actual exchange, so I can fill out the card. And I get those shipped off. People I try to get them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I love doing them.
It's one of the cool perks, one of the cool things we have that personalizes ham radio, in my opinion.
It is. I got my QSO card. It's actually the full photo for my YouTube channel avatar, and I got that. And that's the only way to get that card is to make a QSO with me. I did print up also about 100, and I think I'm almost out of those now. Black with just my channel, which is pretty much my desktop background. I'll show y'all that here. Minimize, 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 and here we go. Transition back to that right screen. It was just the black Tank Radio logos, and on the back was just the information. I've been handing those out like eyeball QSO cards and a couple other promotion things. Um, but I kind of got tired of that because it's not really. I didn't see it as a true QSO, so I stopped with that. So I only have the big nice ones, and I'm still only going to give those out if we make a contact on air. But yeah, I love that whole sending the QSO cards to the mail. I think it's fun. I just need to get my butt down and fill it out because if I just do that, the ADD inside of me is bored.
Well, I'm still trying to go after my unicorn, which is to make a ISS contact and get a card from NASA.
That is on a time limit now. We have
Really?
about 3 or 4 years before they deorbit that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Well, I guess I better get off my lazy butt and do something about
Mm-hmm.
it. I if they're
Yeah.
going to replace with something else that'll have some radios up there or something down the road. I mean, they're not going to just leave space. This is not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be something else in mind, or they might be building something that's going to.
Well, all right. Here's my 2 cents, and this is my channel, so I can say what I want, right?
Exactly.
Um, NASA's great. NASA's like the forefront on thinking on how to get the next push leap in technology, and they're like thinking 50 years out. We solved rocketry, right? Companies are doing that. NASA doesn't really need to build rockets anymore. They just could contract the rockets. And some of the other technology they could contract out. Let's focus them on the big, 50 years out missions of like colonization Mars, colonizing the moon. Hey, what does an actual spaceship look like and what do we want it to do? The space station, I think they solved that pretty well. It's aging and it might be right in time to give that up to a private company to run the space stations up there.
I would think the problem you've got to solve before we can actually do any real space exploration, because the astronauts can only go up there for a certain amount of time because gravity starts screwing with their bone density and things like that. So you're going to have to solve artificial gravity and
Hmm.
make a way to have gravity on board that keeps your
But
innards
that's
doing what
the
they're supposed to do.
50-year out. So yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead and try to solve that. There's ideas of spinning stations and other things on try to solve that. But
Well, you'd be
that's a good
proud of me,
idea.
man. I've been studying just for fun at night uh, quantum mechanics, and I'm
Hmm.
learning the equations where basically the course is set around using the Schrodinger equation, and we're learning that and how to apply that to quantum mechanics in relation to Einstein's theory of relativity. So I'm learning all these equations, how to do the math, and it's like going back to high school again, like going back into algebra again.
Hmm.
Except this time I can actually understand what they're talking about. But yeah, so maybe I'll come up with the idea for artificial gravity. Never know.
Yeah. Well, hey, you never know where those ideas come from.
All
Um,
I want is all I want is an ICOM 7610 for it.
you know what? I think they'll give that to you.
Right.
Kilo India 7 Mike Golf Charlie says, enjoying a Perdomo and Deadeye IPA and catching the live stream of Tank Radio. Hi! Dude, a man after my heart right there. The IPA, meh, but a cigar? Hey, you know what? If we're enjoying cigars, you can drink whatever you want, right?
Hmm. Absolutely.
Paul is asking, when's your next POTA live stream? Actually, I've been having ideas about that. Let me bounce this off of y'all. Um, I've been trying to think of a way to do a ham radio live stream that's more. I need to extend my battery life of the laptop. And that is kind of the clincher for that because the laptop is a live streaming thing. My camera can go about at 2 hours without replacing the battery. I want to shoot for about 2 hour live stream. The laptop will probably die an hour and a half ish into it. Um, but I was thinking about doing like a Patreon, um, like call-a-thon or something with that live stream to help betters push Patreon a little bit. Or also, I was thinking about reaching out to ARRL and Steve and do a call-a-thon for the Teachers Institute and help them with that. And I think the Teacher Institute would be fun. I just need to figure out how to do it reliably and not have computers die before I want to end the live stream.
Your laptop's a 12-volt system, right? Or do you know?
No, it's a Dell XPS. It runs off of the USB-C, and to make it happy, 130 watts.
Damn. I
Yeah.
was thinking you could pick up an extra power cord for it, cut
Yep.
the end off, make it Anderson power poles, plug it into one of your batteries,
Mm-hmm.
and run it that way.
Well, I do have a 100 amp hour battery, so I could
Right,
get
but
a
it's only
quiet
pushing 12
converter.
volts.
Yeah. Well, I could get that in a converter, and if I
Hmm.
have, and Mike claims that he has a nice quiet converter,
Okay.
and run it off that way. Um, I I want to do one of those. To one will help support the channel, and the other will help to support the ARRL, and I like both of them.
Hmm. I
Um,
noticed in the laptop world in relation to ham radio, nobody's talking about the Jankopotamus anymore.
well,
Everybody give up on those?
I'm done with that radio. Or the radio. I'm done with that laptop. That is a well, how long we're into it? 21 minutes. That is a shit ass laptop. That should have just don't buy it. And what's sidestep the fact that Mike's I broke his laptop.
Yeah, right.
My laptop worked all of 2 months, and then it had a nonstop reboot issue.
Wow.
I got another one, and it crapped the bed after a couple of months. I don't
I
know
mean,
how Mike got his to run so long, but I am kind of hard on things. But on the other hand, there's no support, and this is the clincher for me. When I emailed them, I didn't even tell them. I'm like, "Come take radio. I have X many subscribers on YouTube." I was like, "Hey, man, I have some issues with your laptop, and I would like to some support to try to figure out what's going on, and maybe just resurrect it." And they're
yeah,
like, "Hey, thanks for reaching out. What organization are you with?" I said, "I'm not with one. I bought your laptop from." Um,
Micro Center.
Micro Center, yeah, thank you. And I'm just trying to get it to work again. We don't supply support to any other organization. We don't supply to personal support for the consumer. We are targeting, companies and organizations. Thank you for purchasing, and hope you consider us again in the future.
So good luck and kiss our ass, huh?
Yeah. Why
Well,
would I consider you if you shut me down from support?
in all honesty, it's a 15-inch laptop for $54 and change.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if Harbor Freight made a laptop, it'd be that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm done with that. I am done with that. I have been looking at some mini
Mhm.
computers with touchscreens.
Okay.
I like this idea, but every time I find one I kind of like, um, there is the screen's bad. It doesn't work well in sunlight. And when I open up reviews for it, they're like, "Well, this whole mini computer has a touchscreen on the front, and and a battery built in." I was like, "Oh!" And
Hmm.
then I looked at another review, and a guy said he took it outside and he showed it kind of like midday sun, and you can't see anything on that screen. I was like, well, that's useless. Guess when I'm going to be outside? Probably midday doing ham radio. And if the screen just craps out like that.
Well, I mean, when I do my videos, I got a really nice video camera set up, and I've got a monitor, a little 7-inch monitor that sits and faces me. So I'm looking when I have the camera pointing towards me, I can see what the camera's seeing, so I can position myself properly. Well, out in bright sunlight, of
Mm-hmm,
course,
mm-hmm,
that screen's going to suck. It's going to suffer. I bought this little shroud. It's like a 3-sided shroud that covers over it that kind of blocks the sunlight. So even from like 4 or 5 feet away,
mm-hmm,
I can still see what's going on in that screen in direct sunlight.
mm-hmm,
It really makes a difference. So maybe coming up with some kind of a 3-sided, opaque light blocking thing that can like Velcro onto the front of your screen might help the visibility issue.
mm-hmm.
But if you're doing any live streams, it's also
Yeah.
gonna
Well, if
screw
it's
with the
live
camera that's built
streams,
in.
if it's going to be live streams, it's definitely going to be all ran through my XPS. It's just that has the hardware and everything. I
Yeah.
was just kind of looking for an alternative to the crap autonomous, so that we can I can just use that and go out. It's like, hey, if you just want a small little thing that works and you pull it out and then you just run hammers and FTA and nothing major, that's
Mhm.
what you should get. But
See, I
I
don't do
haven't found one
FTA when
yet.
I'm out doing. If I'm out doing poto, I'm going through all the trouble driving out to a park, setting up all my gear, and getting on the radio. I'm going to talk into the thing. I'm not going to have the thing set up for FT8.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly, I bring out. I've got a Samsung, a really nice Samsung 12-inch tablet or 10-inch tablet, whatever the hell it is, and that's what I use to put my poto software on, which used to be Hammers, but since Hammers is pretty much, I guess, just is defunct now, everybody's going to that Polo thing.
Well, all right. So Hammers is not defunct. He does still support it, but his time is elsewhere.
Hmm.
So it's still a great app. However, Polo is working great on the phones,
Okay.
but there is no desktop application, Linux, Windows, or Mac yet.
Well, no, I use it on
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
my tablet.
yeah. On a tablet,
Yeah,
it worked
I
fine.
understand not having a Windows or iOS application for it.
Mm-hmm. And I met the guy who wrote Polo, and I also know the guy who wrote Hammers. Great people. I want it to be across all my systems. So when I do use Polo, you know what? I probably just need to shut the f up and just download it and use it like everyone else, and just use Hammers on the computer. But I just want to use one thing. I'm
Yeah, I
used
know,
to
me too.
a
And I really liked.
GUI or.
I got so used to how Hammers operates, the
Mm-hmm.
simplicity of it, just setting up,
Mm-hmm.
set up parks in the air, get in there. It had a place, click a tab, you can see spots.
Mm-hmm.
Click another tab, you can see the map of the United States, the map of the world, and see where your QSOs went out to.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked the simplicity of it. And he kept, supporting it and had updates and things. And all of a sudden, one day, it just kind of disappeared. I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
no more updates. And then now we have all these new um, park designators.
Yeah, well, he did update for the park designators. He
Really?
did update the database, and he did a push and did some fixes. But yes, the new park
Okay.
designators have been updated in Hammers.
So I can still use Hammers then.
Yeah.
Oh, screw it.
And
I don't
now the old system would have still worked, but the database lookup wasn't going to find all the new USs. You
Right.
can still put US in your call sign or your park in their park, and the database would not break. It will still run. It just won't do the automatic lookup, and people will be like, "Oh, you're at park da 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 da." And to be honest, those pop-ups are getting a little annoying.
Hmm.
Um, but it will still work. Tanker Ed, thank you for swinging by. I appreciate it. Expert Hand Radio, thanks for swinging by. Well, I am charging you to go ahead and finish the live stream later. So pull it up on Team Replay. Yes. Scrolling up a little bit. Sorry, I'm late. Does your laptop use 12 volts? No, it's a USB-C 130 amps. Makes it happy. Also, using that laptop on the airplane is bad. You plug a 130-watt power supply in the American Airlines outlet they have in your seats, turns the outlet off. Too much power. So I had to get a 60-watt, and I did do a lot of Google on this, and I had to find the 60-watt to get it to work. It doesn't charge. Well, it when I'm editing, it keeps it happy, but it still loses power. Once I close
Hmm.
Resolve, it will slowly start gaining power. So I'm
Huh.
happy with that. I'm happy
This is
with
on
that.
this is on your XPS?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone
I
said
can
it's their
imagine that Resolve probably
birthday.
drains a crap load of or power to run that program.
Yeah. Well, if I leave it sitting there idle, the battery will start charging. But once I'm cutting clips and going between different video
Hmm.
files, that's when it kind of starts to drop a little bit.
Hmm.
Thought I saw someone said happy birthday in the chat. Trying to find that. No, 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 no. Do.
Was it your birthday recently?
No, not my birthday. John said it was his birthday, and someone added him, but didn't finish it out. But also, Tom says it's his birthday too. Congratulations! Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday.
Boo 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 boo! That's all you get from me dancing. I'm not the Coffee Hand Radio guys.
I haven't seen them do that in a while.
I wonder if people are complaining.
I
Prep
thought it was funny.
Prep Pan Paul says, I can't use my laptop on planes. It's a gamer one too. It takes too much power. It shuts off the power seat. So yeah, it's a common problem. But I can understand that safety wise on airplane, fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Mike,
I,
what is going on? Thanks for swinging by.
yeah, I still have I have my original Acer Predator 17 laptop. And it's a really nice, at the time, was one of the nicest high-end gaming laptops out there. Let me preface that with reliable. And 9 years later, 8 years later, it's still just as fast the day I got it, just as reliable. I only use it for when I'm doing my antenna builds for the channel. I had that sitting next to me with my cameras and mics and everything running into it so I can film everything. And I use it for FT8. That's pretty much all I use it for. I don't really play games on it. I don't do a whole lot of surfing with it, but it's still a fantastic piece of machinery. And if I need the power, it's got it for everything, for Photoshop, for DaVinci, for Sony Vegas, whatever I've got to use it for, it's no problem.
If you all are in my Tank Commander chat, the encrypted one, you will see pictures of the vertical antenna I was building today for the Coffee and Ham Radio guys. And my Toroid wrap. I'm going to show y'all this. I am so proud of this Toroid wrap. I took a picture of it, and I was like, this is awesome. So let me just get the Zoom window connected. Also, while I'm doing this, it's an AMA, so if y'all have questions in the chat, go ahead and let us know. Bam! Judge my rappiness. Good? Bad? I think that's pretty good as a 8-wine Toroid rap.
I think that'll work.
Yeah. I think that was pretty good. I used only one zip tie to hold it on there.
Are you happy with it?
I'm happy with it. Yeah, I finished the build.
Everybody else thinks it's your build.
Yep, I finished the build. Took me, I said on camera 2 hours, but it was more like 2.5. But that was with just, messing with the computer, getting the scenes right. And I just didn't hit record and then built it all. I was editing as I was recording, scene switching, swapping, camera dying, fixing camera. Halfway through, realized I don't have something, get up, walk away, and come back to an hour later. Made lunch somewhere along where. So that's why I think, all right, let's drop it, because I did eat lunch, to a 2-hour build filming it. But overall, I think it was about an hour.
It's a really cool looking pen you got there on the right side.
It is. Here, let me do the full Chrome window. Wham!
There you go.
Hey man, I love using that pen anytime I'm on camera. It's a pointer. I filled out the QSO cards with it. It's a great pen.
Hey man, take care of it. It'll last you forever.
Hasn't ran out of ink yet. John says, "Are your thumbs tired?" Nope. This guy is awesome. Yep. Oh, wrong scene there. Sorry about that. There we go. But yeah, I think that was a lovely wrap. I cut the I cut the radials. I set on camera counterpoise, because I always used to be working with counterpoise for end-fed half waves, but I cut the radials for it. The radials don't have to be, exact measurements. So right. I just got them happy. I left the leftover, I think, about 31 foot of line, and I connected that to the antenna, and then I'm going to take it to the park and cut it to approximately, they said 25 feet, so I'm going to probably cut it 26 feet, and then, cut it down and tune it to get it perfect.
That's the way to do it, man.
Paul says he thinks that's the same blue mat he has. Dude, I love that blue mat. I'm going to bring it up again. Minus.
It's got the magnetic on the one side where it can hold little
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or it's not
which is great.
magnetic, but it has those points at the top, the little indentions that you can put screws.
Right.
And I
I've got
use,
I've got a different iteration of that. Mine's got a place you can put transistors in it and have them, put the little prongs in the thing
hmm
that has a little magnetic side to hold some stuff.
oh,
Yeah.
oh. The the one thing I dislike about this mat, and it's not about using it, it's about filming on it. It is sky blue. And if you're using a automatic focus with nothing in there or even something very little, it is infinitely going from all the way zoomed in to all the way zoomed out over and over and over again till it finds its focus point. So I focus the camera, I turn off the focus, autofocus, and I go ahead and shoot. Because
There you
if
go.
you leave it there, it's constantly hunting. It
Yeah.
is annoying. Which antenna? This is the Coffee and Ham Radio, not Apollo. It's I'll bring this up now. Coffee and Ham Radios. I've like searched their site like 6 times. It's right in my history. Poseidon antenna. Let me go ahead and drop that in the chat. Let's go back. Here we go. This antenna. Built it. It's probably a good 40 minutes to an hour for a good kit builder. It wasn't that hard. No capacitors, no resistors. Uh, it's a 9-to-1. John says, awesome. I can't wait to get this out there. So my idea for this would be the first video I'm going to release not this Monday, but next Monday, because again, I'm going back to a 2-week release schedule. We'll be building this antenna. Then the following video after that, I'm going to a park, cutting it, and we're going to be doing some activation with it.
Hmm.
But it was a easier build than what was their other antenna I did? The Aries antenna. The Aries antenna had this 49-to-1 wrap antenna, toroid wrap that you had to take 3 wires and wrap through it, and then it was kind of very complicated. Of this wire needs to go here, this wire needs to go over here, these 2 wires need to be soldered together, this wire needs to be soldered together over here, and it was that part. It was kind of complicated. Plus, there is a capacitor. No, yes, maybe.
I don't see one in the build list there, but
No, no, I take that back. Some of these NFEDs have capacitors. That's why I keep thinking there's a capacitor there. Um, I
I like
do.
the standard. I like the standard end-fed halfways, man. They never fail me.
They're great. I had a cold soldered joint on this build,
Mm.
so I had to go back and fix that. And I'm decent at soldering now. However, I think I still leave the soldering iron on there too long, and it takes me a while to get the solder started and flowing and connected. So I might be burning, some plastic parts in
Mm.
there. But hey, these are great kits to learn, right?
Yep. Learn by doing.
So let me scroll back up here. I saw a question here from Tony. Tony asks a question for the G90 users. Oh man, this is going to take me back. I need to get that G90 out more. I do have an idea on how to do that. Have you ever had your G90 get stuck on a frequency? The OF knob changes frequency readouts, but the waterfall and signal doesn't change after the receiver. 30 minutes, no transmit. No, I had not have that issue.
That's
Stuck,
odd.
stuck on a frequency. I'm hoping, barring, so this is what I'll do if this was me in this situation. Barring any mechanical issues, the first thing I'll do will hard reset the radio, set it back to factory defaults. I forgot how to do that, but you probably will find that in the user manual, and see if that fixes it. If not, push a new firmware update to it and see if that fixes it. If you're still having that problem, it's probably a hardware thing, and I don't know how to go down on trying to figure that out. I'm a software guy. So
I've
good
never
luck.
heard of that issue with the G90s.
Man, G9s are usually solid.
Yeah.
Solid radios. And I was about at Huntsville Hamfest. to do or Huntsville Hamfest, the something lock, armor lock. Armor lock had rails for the G90, but they were not compatible with the fans on the bottom. I'm like, dude, you got to have
Oh
those
no.
fans
Yeah.
because I'm in Texas. You put that G90 in a bag, it's going to
Uh-huh.
overheat in minutes. So you
Yeah.
got to have that fan on there. And he was baffled. What do you mean there's a fan? I was like, dude, there's a guillotine fan that goes on the back of the G90, and you got to have that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right. So I guess I'm not going to get your armor lock system yet. Ed said it
They'll
trained me
modify it
well.
eventually.
KRD trains me well. I don't know, man. He's still using that Mac stuff, so we
Yeah.
got to fix that first. Oh man, powered out. And,
I like what Expert Ham Radio said. He's looking for an excuse to buy a 7610.
yes,
Uh, Me too, brother. Me too.
man. If I only had the money, I only had the money. So, what's going on in your amateur radio world there, Scott?
Honestly, not a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
I've been focusing on my new vocation and
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the book and stuff. And
What?
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the book, real fast.
Well, I mean, the book's it's not really ham radio related, although it could be for mindset. Uh, the book's just about positive thinking. It's about how to change your habits or your paradigms and set goals and meet those goals, no matter how small it is, whether it's in business, your job, your relationship, your health, your finances, whatever. It doesn't matter. It works for everything across the board. And it's just an overall, so the feedback I've been getting from people so far has been really, really outstanding. Somebody actually stole the book from somebody who bought a book from me.
Ha!
Somebody stole the book and won't give it back because they like it so much. They've been reading it and they can't stop reading. It's like, well, that's great, but you can't be stealing people's books.
Yep.
So I sent her out another one.
I love it. I love it. Oh man.
But no, I really want to get back onto some radio stuff. It's been, there's just so much going on right now, and we're getting into the holiday season. It's going to be starting to hit us pretty soon. Before you know it, it's going to be January 1st again.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
the whirlwind of stuff that's going to be going on. But my main reason for not going outside, aside from just personal stuff going on, it's 100 degrees outside. It's still hot. I hate the heat. I'm 53. When I was like in my 40s,
Mm-hmm.
it bothered me. It didn't bug me that much. But now I'm, getting older. I'm like, I don't like the heat. I like being comfortable and be as comfortable as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So when it gets colder, I'd rather be out at the park when it's like 40, 50 degrees outside. That's
Mm-hmm.
my, so
So you're getting outside of Texas.
yeah,
Yeah.
eventually,
Well.
eventually.
Ironhead Bill says, "Where's the pipe?" It's a little hot outside. I thought about smoking outside today, but no, I didn't want to drag everything. We'll do in October. We will do another cigar social. Get all the friends on there. It's gonna be so much fun. You play golf in that heat? Yeah. Hold
Yes.
on. You won't play amateur radio, but you'll play golf. John nailed this on the head.
Yeah, well, priorities, I guess.
Huh.
And to me, golf's a walk through the countryside that's ruined by a little white ball.
Well, to be honest, yeah. Well, talking about walking, I talked about this on one of my question and answers videos. We were talking about doing a POTA sub challenge of hiking for a mile, then setting up your station, and then doing the activation, and then hiking back, and just kind of like do that as an added plus to the whole POTA experience. What's up, Mike?
Instead of just driving right up to the
Bench.
picnic benches and
Yeah.
setting up right there 3 feet from your car.
Yeah, and I do need to get out to the park and exercise more. I have put on weight, and I do want to start trying to tackle that. And I really do like that idea of
Yeah, I mean,
going to the
Mike
park and
KMRD
doing
does that.
something. Oh yeah, he does. He
He'll
goes
throw in a
hikes for
backpack
walks.
and go out into the woods in the thick of it and set up in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. The issue with that is at my park there is no nice place. There is one trail that has a bench at the end.
Hmm.
And there's other trails that kind of do work, but I hiked them before, and I'm like, you either have to bring a chair or just operate on the ground. And
Mhm.
you can do that, but I'm not gonna lug my camera equipment and everything just to sit on the ground to film something and to be like and to like, hey, I'm checking this component on da 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 da. Let me show you how it works. Boom, Frank's feet as I'm setting this thing up. And I'm not a foot channel. I'm an amateur radio channel, so that's just not gonna work. So
Well,
I
you might have to you might have to cherry pick the parks you go to that have a special place that's about a mile in somewhere that might have like a bench or some kind of
yeah.
place you can go and operate. Not every park is going to be the same way.
Mm-hmm. Mike says, film with your phone. I do film with my phone, but then I got the tripod or the monopod and do that, and then yeah, I just want to make the video more quality how I like it, and
Hmm.
maybe if I'm highlighting something, I won't do the mile hike, but I do like that idea, and I probably will do a video here soon of that.
Do you know those phone mounts they had that has the three legs that come out? They're all bendy and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, the like they lock on a tree or something
Yeah,
or a
you do something
rail or
like
whatever
that.
you
Put
want.
your phone in one of those things and wrap that thing around a tree somewhere and hit
Hmm.
record. Start doing your thing.
Well, that works, but again, when I'm showing you the radio is set up on the ground, and what's going to be by the radio? Bam, Frank's feet.
Yeah,
Or you can be lazy like me, Ed says, and POTA from your car.
put it from your car.
That works. I'm not knocking anything. I think the hiking and POTAing is great, but trying to do that and film is just not in my jive. I was hoping, like you said, Scott, go for a mile or so hike and find a bench somewhere that I could probably pack a table in, and then I could set up the table next to the bench and then do that and have um a good video experience for y'all. But I haven't found a way to do that yet.
Hmm.
But
Might be cool. You might have given me an idea of how to build some sort of like a backpackable, portable, small shelf that's big enough to put your radio on that you could just wrap and strap it around a tree. It would have support. Put
okay.
your radio battery on top of it right there. So it's got everything right there, and you got your mic that can sit on, little place to put your mic,
Mm-hmm.
and then run your coax and your antenna off. Then
Mm-hmm.
you can be anywhere. And granted, you're gonna be standing unless you carry a little chair with you, but you
Mm-hmm.
can just wrap this thing around any tree trunk or any kind of thing to hold it up, and you got an instant little
There are
station.
nice lightweight chairs that you can throw in a
Oh, absolutely.
backpack, so you can do
Yep.
that, and that would be nice. And I'm not shy. If I have a bench, I will sit around on the ground on that bench and use the bench as a table. I've
Yeah.
done that in airports all the time, and everyone looks at me weird. I'm like, "What? I got a table. You don't. Be quiet."
You thought of it 1st.
John says Texas should have a beard challenge. The winner gets to keep their beard, and the rest have to shave it. No, just the off chance I won't win. No, I shaved my beard before, and it looks no, no. And besides, I will give props where props due. If you're gonna put me and Scott up on a beard challenge right now, Scott wins.
There is a thing called the beard hierarchy.
Scott
If you
wins.
if you got two guys with beards walking up and down stairs, the guy
Mm-hmm.
with the longer beard gets the right of way, and your guy with the shorter beard has to get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's called beard of way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I haven't cut my beard in a while or trimmed it. It's
Yeah.
just naturally stays this way, and I've tried to train it and comb it and wax it and oil it, and I just can't get it to start flowing down yet.
Gotta brush it on a constant basis. I'm trying to get to that really long Moses thing in hopes that somebody will walk up, give me a couple tablets.
Yeah, yeah. I like this idea.
There you go.
Sweet, sweet. So toss us another question in the chat. Let's see if we can do another question. Ham Radio Hobo, POTA is like Pokemon Go. Yes, yes, it is. The phone app is the website, and I can completely agree with that. Pep Radio Paul, take radio, the emo and radio. I love it. I love it. See if I missed any other questions before we slam down to see what the update was. Got all those. And we're just talking about beers. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Come on, guys, get some questions. Challenges here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But coming up on the channel, Texas is starting to cool down. Yes.
Slowly but surely.
I am looking forward to getting on the roof. I think I got all the questions answered. We bought anchor bolts for my chimney, so I could drill in, and I have confidence now that the junction box I'm going to put on the outside is not going to go anywhere. We are going to use silicone to seal up those holes, and I can't wait to start this. But
Hmm.
you got to tell my family and friends I love them all. Stop putting shit on my calendar. I got home from Huntsville and I said, guys, I'm looking forward to hanging out with everyone. My calendar's free, so let's go ahead and start like planning some things, fun things to do. And October or September filled up, and half of October filled up. I'm like on family
Wow.
vacations, friend vacations. Let's go and do this thing. Let's go ahead and do that thing, which is all fine and fun. I love it, but I need some time here.
Well, you know, it's only going to get worse in the holidays, and all the family-oriented holidays start popping up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, John asked what beard products both of us use. I don't use any anymore. Just bar soap. That's all I use.
Hey, Jason, I can put you on the calendar for a Zoom call this week, definitely. Let me write it down so I don't forget about it.
Sweet. Douglas, why hasn't Ham Radio put together his DX Commander yet? We are doing the Spider-Man thing. Both Jason, I, and Shane have promised we're going to build our Commander antennas together when we find time to do it. Actually, re-ask that question in 11 minutes because he's also doing AMA. I put my stream up first. He created his today. Just saying, he's copying me today. uh, let's see what else is going on. Beard regime?
Yeah, beard regime.
Okay. Before the end of the year, we'll see. We'll see. We want to. We always want to build that. Our idea for this, and this is why we haven't done it yet. Jason has the regular DX Commander antenna. I have the DX Commander Expedition. Shane has another brand, and we wanted to build them head to head and talk about the differences as we're building them.
You guys ought to have a build-off.
Well,
Do a live stream
it will
build-off.
kind of be a build off, but we will be sitting there building our respective antennas, talking about it. Yes, we do. We like. Are you talking 4 cameras there? Someone switching, so we need a 5th person. Um, Jason says, "I'm waiting for Frank and Shane." We're waiting for Jason. I'm waiting for Jason to say. Just saying. Um, but yeah, it'll be fun once we decide to do it. But before the end of the year, I am really wanted to do another push for the ham shack. I want to run the wires. I want to put the junction boxes on the outside. I want to then have a radio inside going, at least UHF VHF. At least that. And then I'm thinking at the sometime next year we get the HF station going.
Are you mounting an antenna on your chimney? Is that what this whole climbing on the
Yes.
roof thing has been all about?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm
VHF, UHF, or HF?
VHF UHF.
Okay.
On the roof.
Like a GP9 or something?
No.
Or something similar?
No, I'm just doing a J pole.
Okay.
Probably
Probably safer because the GP9 is like 17 feet tall.
Yeah, yeah. I had the perfect solution. The video is shot. It is literally waiting because I've been sitting on it because I wanted to do handshake builds, handshake builds, handshake builds, handshake build, and the releases to have the theme going and continuing. And yeah, the base mount has been up there for a year. That's all I'm gonna say. And my brother came up there and did all the power tools. So I still have 10 fingers, and I bet you don't want to see, but I promise you, I have 10 toes. um, I am watching this on the side here. I need to close that window. I wanted the chat there. But yeah, that is going to continue, and I want to push through that. I want to move the ham shack. Um, I kind of have project analysis paralysis when I start new projects. I
Okay.
want to have all the questions. I don't want to start with something major unanswered. So I haven't done the project boxes yet because how do you seal the holes? After you put the box on the house, how do you see the holes? How
Silicone.
well yeah, but then when you put the box on there, do you put silicone all the way around the whole enclosure on the outside between the
I
house and
would I would seal the hole on the outside where the
mm-hmm.
where something goes into it, and I'd seal it on the inside. Don't
Yep.
overthink it. The problem is we overthink this crap.
Well, I am an overthinker.
Yeah,
Uh,
you and me both.
Robert, thank you for swinging by. I saw you in there before, but I just wanted to acknowledge you. Thank you. And then Paul, another Paul, thank you for coming by, channel member. Um, but yeah, the other thing is I want to move my build bench out here. I want new cameras. New cameras are holding off until next year, new financial year, of course. So I'm pushing hard to make my $5 profit for Tank Radio to make IRS happy. So next year, I'm probably going to be dropping some money on a new mic. I'll be dropping money on cameras, and I got to figure out how to mount all that stuff nicely on the new desk and have a great setup. I'm looking
There you
forward
go.
to it. I'm looking forward to it.
That
All
can be a
right,
lot of fun.
we are at 4 minutes at the top of the hour. I'm done with my three fingers here. I think that was a great pacer. So I'm going to pour myself another three fingers on Jason's channel. We have another AMA, so come over there, hear me yaml, and hopefully I won't be slurring. But Scott, man, what's going on in your world? What's coming up on your channel, and where can we find your book, man?
Well, as far as the channel goes, not a hell of a lot going on at the moment. Like I said, I've been in kind of a hiatus right now because I'm really focusing on my book tour. The book is called The Path to Abundance. You can get it on Amazon in 7 different countries. If you're interested, it would help me out. It's definitely a good course built into it that'll teach you how to do a positive mindset and how to think positively to create the life you want. But you can find my YouTube channel, my ham radio related YouTube channel, Ham Radio for Non-Techies, and I have a website, hamradiofornontechies.com, where you can just type in HR4NT and I pop up everywhere.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Scott. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you coming on. This month is a fifth Sunday month.
Yep.
So, I think me and Red decided to take the fifth Sunday off last month or last time it happened. This time, though, we are not. We're going to be heading over to Red's channel, Red Summits RF, and we are going to be talking about something. I don't know if he's announced it yet, so I'm going to keep the cat in the bag. We're going to be hanging out over there. So, Red Summits RF, we're going to be over there for the fifth Sunday because me and him swap Sundays like the stepchild kid that you have. But it's going to be fun. Head over there, and I'm looking forward to it. Scott, thank you. I'm looking
Thank
forward to
you, man.
seeing you next Sunday,
Yeah,
and hang out for a second.
sure.
And I didn't scroll up far enough. Bam! Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate all y'all hanging out here. Prep Ham Paul, thank you for gifting the subs to the channel. I really do appreciate it. You are awesome. To the new channel members, reach out to me on Discord and or do it through YouTube or my Gmail account, and I will get you the new Discord role so you see the super secret chat that we have. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Just being around here helps me Tank Radio and support me, and I appreciate it. Y'all have been awesome. Y'all have been amazing. And I got nothing else other than I know I need to get those mugs ordered and placed. They have returned the email today. So there's progress. I'll keep y'all up to date on it. And as always, y'all, go forth and conquer. Say bye.
Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Thanks for coming out.
A quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio.